Welcome and good afternoon. This is Kamish Orr. Welcome to Game 6 of the Best of the 1930s World Series between the 1931 Philadelphia Athletics and the 1931 St. Louis Cardinals. Philadelphia does have a 3-2 lead in the series, and we are back in Philadelphia for today's game. Yesterday, 2 days ago in St. Louis, the Cardinals held on to win 2-1 to force this Game 6. Lefty Grove, though he went 8 innings and didn't allow an earned run, Dib Williams, the shortstop for the Athletics, made 2 key errors, one in the first inning, one in the third inning, that allowed runs to score. So those 2 unearned runs were the difference in Game 5. Meanwhile, Bill Hallahan on the Cardinals side of things scattered 6 hits but walked 8, including walking in the only Philadelphia Athletics run. The Athletics had the bases loaded in the 9th inning with no outs, but Jim Lindsay was able to get out of that jam, getting Mickey Cochran to ground out to second, and Eric McNair was thrown out at home. He struck at Al Simmons and then got Jimmy Fox to fly out to center to end the game. Fox has been having a terrible tournament overall and not a very good World Series either. He's only hitting .227. So, Philadelphia trying to put things away here at home. Here is, I should mention, we are playing, of course, at Shibe Park. Weather is 69 degrees today. There is some light rain falling, a little bit of a drizzle, but more importantly, the wind is blowing out to center field. That will give a +1 on all of these deep drive checks for today's game. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. For the St. Louis Cardinals, we have, again, these are fairly historical lineups, other than the fact that there is a DH included. Sparky Adams leading off and playing third base. George Watkins batting second and right field. Frankie Frisch playing second base, batting third. Jim Bottomley DHing and batting cleanup. Chick Hafey batting fifth in left field. Pepper Martin batting sixth in center. Ripper Collins batting seventh in first base. Charlie Gilbert playing shortstop and batting eighth. And finally, Jimmy Wilson will be catching today again for the Cardinals and batting ninth. On the mound for St. Louis is Burley Grimes. Grimes did pitch a shutout in Game 2. Cardinals are hoping for more of that in today's game. Here is the lineup for your Philadelphia Athletics, if you're the home team, that is. Max Bishop leading off at second base. Mule Haas in center field batting second. Mickey Cochran catching and batting third. Al Simmons cleaning things up and playing left field. Jimmy Fox at first base batting fifth. Bing Miller batting sixth in right field. Jimmy Dykes batting seventh at third base. Dib Williams playing shortstop and batting eighth. And finally, Eric McNair batting ninth and DHing. Rube Wahlberg on the mound for Philadelphia. In Game 2, he allowed 8 runs and was taken out in the second inning. And the Cardinals went on to win that game, I believe, 9-0, because it was a shutout. So we'll see if it's a replay of Game 2, or if things can change here as the Cardinals try to hold on for a Game 7 and Philadelphia tries to shut things out here in front of the hometown crowd. We are ready for the first pitch. And that would be to Sparky Adams. Rube Wahlberg delivers. 6-18. 6-18 is going to be a pop-up on the infield. And speaking of Dib Williams, even he can't make a mistake here, and he hauls it in for out number 1. George Watkins steps in. 182, and that is another pop-up on the infield, and this time it's in foul territory, but Jimmy Fox will be up with it. Makes the catch for out number 2. So 2 pop-ups here in the first inning so far. Frankie Frisch steps to the plate. He's at .348 in the tournament. 585, and this time it's out of the infield at least, but it is Mule Haas has to range a little bit to towards right field, but he is able to haul it in for out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down here in the first inning for St. Louis. Completely different from the first inning of game 2 so far. Burley Grimes facing off against Max Bishop to lead things off for Philadelphia. 469. And that's a ground out to second. Frisch over to Collins for out number 1. That brings up Mule Haas. Haas is hitting 356 in the tournament. 219. And Haas pops this one up. Or excuse me, lines it out, actually. Right to Adams, who snags it for out number 2. 2 quick outs here for Philadelphia in the first inning. Mickey Cochran, he's batting .400 in the tournament. 199. And that is a fly ball. And Hafey will be able to haul this one in. And we have 3 up, 3 down for Philadelphia. So we head to the top of the second. No runs, no hits for either team. Wahlberg facing Bottomley. 320, and this is a deep fly ball to left. Simmons on the track, but he's able to haul that one in for out number 1. Jake Hafey. Hafey has the second best batting average in the tournament, the best batting average for the National League, but he has definitely struggled here in the World Series. But he connects for a base hit this time. Easy base hit there to left field. Rounds the bag. And Cardinals are the first to get a runner on base here. That brings up Pepper Martin. First, no, Hafey is not going anywhere. Well, actually, well, it wouldn't matter because 8 plus his steal is only a 12 anyway. So no. Hafey wouldn't be going anywhere. He can't get a good lead either way. All right. So Pepper Martin. Ooh, 695. That's going to be something. 695. And that is a triple. Into the gap. Bouncing around towards the wall. And Martin slides into third with a triple. The Cardinals' first one's on the board here with a run in the second inning. Ripper Collins. Infield is in. 598. It won't matter as that is a clean base hit for Collins to right field. Cardinals with a 2-run lead here in the second. That brings up Charlie Gilbert. 339. And he pops one up on the infield, or excuse me, that's another line out. This one right at Fox for out number 2. Jimmy Wilson steps in. He's only hitting 202 in the tournament. 236. And he's a righty, so that's another pop-up on the infield here. Dib Williams hauls this one in. But not before the Cardinals get 2 runs on 3 hits here in the second inning. Philadelphia, let's see if they can respond. Grimes facing off against Simmons. And that is a deep fly to center. Martin's on the track, but he grabs that one for out number 1. Jimmy Fox. And that is another deep fly ball, almost in the same spot. And Martin hauls that one in for out number 2. Bing Miller. 539. This is a grounder to Collins. He's able to get a glove on it, but not able to stop it. And Miller will be on first base with that error. So an error here on Collins gives Philadelphia their first base runner here in the second inning. Jimmy Dykes. Dykes hitting 388 in the tournament. 248. That will be a 578, which is going to be a base hit. Let's see here. Bing Miller rounds second. But he is not going to try to take third. He holds at second. So, Philadelphia getting something going here in the second inning. Dib Williams steps to the plate. But that's a grounder right to short. And Gilbert flips to Frisch for out number 3. So Philadelphia gets a couple base runners, but not able to score anybody. We head to the top of the third. Cardinals still up 2-0. Adams facing off against Wahlberg here. 657. 657 is a bloop single. Just past the infield, and Adams will be on first here with a leadoff single in the third inning. Watkins. 139. And that's another pop-up on the infield. There have been a lot of those today. And Bishop hauls that one in for out number 1. Frankie Frisch. 250. That's going to be a double play ball. Frisch is a righty against Wahlberg. 560 will be Williams, actually, is able to turn 2 here. A 6-4-3 double play, and that gets them out of the inning. So Frisch grounds it right to Williams for the easy turn. And we head to the bottom of the third. Grimes facing the very bottom of the Philadelphia order with Eric McNair. That's a little dribbler towards third base. Adams will not be able to throw at McNair here at first. Eric McNair safe with an infield single. McNair only hitting 155, but he has had some key hits in this series. And I don't believe he has any speed to speak of. He does not. And so we're back to the top of the order here with Max Bishop. Bishop only hitting 243 in the tournament. 445, and just like that, that's going to erase that base runner as Bishop grounds another one to second. Frisch to Gilbert to Collins. 4-6-3 double play. And just like that, we have 2 outs and nobody on base here in the third inning for Philadelphia. Muehlhaus steps in. 221, and that is another pop-up, this time in foul territory. And Adams will haul that one in for out number 3. So, Philadelphia gets a leadoff runner on, but not able to score or do anything with him. We head to the top of the fourth. Still, Cardinals up 2-0. Wahlberg facing Bottomley. 624. And that is a fly ball to center. Haas didn't have to move too much for that one. And we have one down here. Chick Hafey had that key hit in the second inning. 276. That's going to be a deep left field. 16-17 with the wind. 17. And that is way back, and out of here. Hafey with a solo shot here in the fourth inning. It's his 8th home run of the tournament. And extends the Cardinals' lead to 3-0 here. Pepper Martin. 189. And that's going to be a bloop base hit. Martin now 2 for 2. Cardinals trying to put some more runs on the board. Collins steps in. 209 becomes a 409, and that's going to erase that base runner. As that's a ground ball to Williams once again. Williams takes it to the bag himself at second and over to Fox for the double play. So that ends the inning, but not before Hafey adds to the Cardinals' lead. Cardinals 3-0 lead over Philadelphia here as we head to the bottom of the fourth. Grimes facing Cochran. 282, that's deep to right. 9, that's a 6, that's a 17. Deep right field 17. Deep right field 17. That's back. That's deep and back. And just clears the wall. Watkins had a beat on it, but not able to get this one. As that's a home run for Mickey Cochran. That's his 5th of the tournament. And the Philadelphia Athletics are finally on the board. Grimes had a shutout in Game 2. 3 scoreless innings here to start this one. But now Cochran has put Philadelphia on the board, giving them some new hope here. Grimes facing off against Simmons. And he walks him. Simmons trots to first. He's not going to go anywhere. Jimmy Fox. Fox trying to turn things around here. 150. But that's going to be another fly ball right to Martin in center. It's what he did in the second inning, and he does it again here in the fourth. Bing Miller. 1 down, runner on first. 625 becomes a 635. And that one's hit to Frisch. Frisch will flip to Gilbert. They're not able to complete the double play, though. So Miller's now on first. And Jimmy Dykes steps up. He did have a single in the second inning. It was the first hit for Philadelphia. 633 becomes a 643. And this should end things, and it does. This time it's a grounder to Gilbert. Gilbert flips to Frisch. And that ends the fourth inning. Philadelphia finally on the board. It's now a 3-1 ball game. And we head to the top of the fifth. Wahlberg facing off against the bottom of the Cardinals order, starting with Gilbert. Gilbert is a righty. It's a pop-up on the infield, and Williams hauls that one in. Route number 1. Williams has been showing some good defense here in this game. Jimmy Wilson. 689. That's going to be something. 689. That is a double in the gap. Wilson's into second standing up. And just like that, the Cardinals have another base runner in scoring position here for Sparky Adams. Adams hitting .317 in the tournament. He's singled in his last at bat. 110 becomes a 310. And this one's on the infield. Just tapped mostly in front of the plate, and nobody's going to be able to get to this one. Everybody's safe. We now have runners on the corners with just 1 out still. Athletics are just playing straight up here, trying for the double play. 346. And Watkins strikes out. That's the first strikeout of the game for Wahlberg. just what they needed here. Frankie Frisch. He's 0 for 2 today, but still trying to do some damage here. 352. He lists this one in the air, but Simmons is there and hauls it in for out number 3. So Philadelphia able to get out of the 5th inning. Score still 3-1. Grimes facing the bottom of the Philadelphia order, starting with Williams. Williams is a righty, so that's a grounder to the mound. Grimes throws it to first for the first out. Eric McNair, 517, and that's another grounder back to the mound. So neither of them able to get some good wood on it. Max Bishop, 2 down now in the bottom of the 5th. And Bishop draws a walk here, a 2-out walk for Bishop. Gives Philadelphia a base runner. He's not going to go anywhere. Mule Haas, 0 for 2, but hitting 357 in the tournament. 610 will become a 620, which isn't going to be anything. No, that's a pop-up to short. And Gilbert makes the catch for out number 3. So another quiet inning for Philadelphia. We head to the top of the 6th. Wahlberg facing off against Bottomley. And Bottomley draws a walk here. A leadoff walk for Bottomley. We'll bring up Hafey. Hafey had the solo homer here in the 4th. 2 for 2 today. Scored twice. 114. And this one's grounded back to Wahlberg. His only play is to first. Bottomley advances to second on the play. And that brings up Pepper Martin, who's also 2 for 2. Hit that triple in the 2nd inning that scored the first run for St. Louis. 388. And this one's going to be a base hit. Another base hit for Martin. And Bottomley is going to score on this one. Cardinals up 4-1 now. Ripper Collins grounded into a double play in the 4th. 5-0-2. We're going to have a rare play here. 5-0-2. Runner on first. 5-0-2. Runner on first. Page 34. So there's page 34. And make sure, yeah, runner on first with 1 out. Page 34, and I believe is 180. Yeah, 180. 180. 6-3 double play. Hard ground ball up the middle. Shortstop fields and steps on second to force out the first runner. And he may complete the double play by successfully challenging the batter's speed. Okay. So, challenge. Yeah, I don't think it's going to matter here. 9 plus his arm. Williams' arm is only a 2. That's an 11. So he's not going to throw out Collins. I mean, it's close. It's close, actually. 10 plus Collins' speed is 12. 9 plus the arm is only 11. So Williams could have thrown him out if he had a little bit better arm, but he doesn't. But he does get the lead runner. Not able to turn 2, though. So, Collins now on first. That brings up Charlie Gilbert. 2-11 becomes a 4-11, and Gilbert's going to draw a walk here. 2-out walk for Gilbert. And Jimmy Wilson, who doubled in his last at bat. Runners on first and second. 240, and that's going to be another pop-up here. This time, once again, Williams hauls it in. And Wahlberg escapes the 6th, only allowing 1 run. but it's an important one as the Cardinals now have a 4-1 lead. Grimes facing Cochran. Cochran homered in the fourth. 532. Not this time. That's grounded right to Collins. And he'll take it to the bag himself for the first out. Al Simmons. Simmons hitting 500 in the tournament. 180, and that's going to be a bloop single. Simmons getting on base just like he often does. And Jimmy Fox once again has an opportunity here. 219, and that's not going to be it. It's a grounder to third. Adams' only play is to Collins at first. So Simmons will move up to second on the play. Fox very disappointed in himself as he heads back to the dugout. So 2 down, runner in scoring position here for Miller. Grimes deals. 137, and that is another fly ball to center field. Martin under it. Another scoreless inning. So we head to the 7th. Wahlberg facing off against Adams. Adams 2 for 3. 610. 610 is going to be a pop-up. Bishop's under it for out number 1. Watkins. Watkins had that strikeout in his last at bat. He's 0 for 3 today. 126. A little dribbler in front of the plate. Cochran up with it and over to Fox for out number 2. Frisch hitting 339 in the tournament is 0 for 3 today. Grounded into a double play in the second. 636. And this should get them out of the inning, and it does. It's another ground ball, this time to second. Bishop over to Fox. And a 1-2-3 inning here for Wahlberg in the 7th. It is the 7th inning stretch. Let's take a look. St. Louis, 4 runs on 9 hits, 1 error. Philadelphia can't seem to figure out Grimes' number here. 1 run on just 4 hits. Grimes will now face the bottom of the Philadelphia order, starting with Jimmy Dykes. Dykes hitting 391 in the tournament. He does have a base hit against Grimes, one of the 4 base hits. But this one's right at Hafey in left field for out number 1. That brings up Williams. He's 0 for 2. And we have another rare play. 631. 501. 631. 631. Oh, this is maybe bad here. 631. Batter grounds out and suffers a running injury. All right, so this is going to knock him out. 4-3. So Williams grounds to second. 4-3. And he will have to be replaced. So let me just make a comment here. Williams injured running to first here on this one. We'll deal with that in a minute here. But before that, Eric McNair. 2 down, nobody on. 574, and that's another fly ball to left. And once again, Hafey's up with that. Another 1-2-3 inning here as Philadelphia's going awfully quiet. So let's take a look at Philadelphia and see who is going to play short. Well, Dykes is at third, but he could move over if he has to. But really, They have no other good options here. I think Boley's going to come in. Joe Boley is going to come in to finish out this game. So let's make that defensive switch here. Boley coming in for Williams. And we'll also come in for Williams here in the lineup. And then we have to see, let's take a look and see what the injury is here for Williams. Dib Williams had only 86 games that year, so he's likely to miss a lot of time here. He is likely out for a while. Games played, 86. Well, I think this is supposed to be 60 to 99, so it's going to be plus 25. He is probably going to miss the rest of the series. Oh, it's only a 3. But I don't think that's going to matter too much because of this plus 25. So that's 28, and it was a running injury. Pitching, throwing, running. 28 is an abdomen strain, 4 games. So that will take him through the rest of the series. So he is out for Game 7, which is shaping up to be a Game 7 here. So Williams is an abdomen strain. All right. So that may shake up the lineup because McNair may play infield and we'll bring somebody else into DH for Game 7. But that's for another time to worry about. For now, we are in the top of the 8th. Wahlberg subject to fatigue finally. And he will face off against Bottomley to start the 8th inning. 6:02, that's not going to be anything. Is a grounder right to short. Boley getting his first action here at short. And the easy out for out number 1. Hafey, 2 for 3. Big home run in the 4th. 179. This time pops up, another line out. So line out to Fox again. And that's 2 quick outs here in the 8th inning. Martin, 3 for 3, 2 RBI. It's been very damaging to Philadelphia in this game. 339, and that's another base hit. This time a little grounder on the infield, and he beats it out for a single. Martin, 4 for 4 today. Wahlberg will have 1 level of fatigue as he faces off against Collins. And that one gets by Cochran for a pass ball. So Martin now in scoring position. Oops. There we go. 547. And that's a base hit past second base. Martin's going to be trying to score. We have to see who that is. He's going to get thrown out here because, or maybe not. Oh, 1-1-1. It's a rare play on a challenge. Let's see first who this is to. 547, that's right. That was Bishop. Let's look at Bishop 547 and see who that single to right field. All right, so it was to Miller. And this is going to be 1-1-1 as a throw off line on the challenge. Let's just see on the challenge what the 1-1-1 does. Oh, I think that's one of the optional rules. Rare plays on challenges. Here we are. The throw is in time, but pulls the fielder off the bag. Yep. Throw in time, but pulls the fielder off the bag. So, Martin, or I should say Collins, gets the base hit. Martin's going to score. And don't believe he's going to advance. Actually, I think he does advance. Let's see here. Just check this out for a second. Advancing on the throw. Do 2 more of the dice below the trail runner's speed. The trail runner advances safely on the throw. All right. So, it's going to be a single. Martin scores. And Collins advances to second on the throw home. All right. So now we are to Gelbert. And there's still a runner in scoring position. 648 becomes a 668. And this may be it. Because that's another RBI single. 6-1 now for St. Louis. Wahlberg might as well try to finish out this inning. Jimmy Wilson. 139. And that will do it. Pop up to second. Bishop under it. And we're through 8 innings, but not before, or I should say through the Cardinals half of the 8th. Not before the Cardinals add 2 more runs. All of that with 2 outs, man. All of that with 2 outs. Wahlberg will be done. Meanwhile, Grimes, now subject to fatigue on his end, will face the top of the Philadelphia order, starting with Bishop. 497. It's a deep fly to center. Deep and back, but Martin's on the track and able to have some room here to haul it in for out number 1. Philadelphia is still just with 4 hits today. Mule Haas, he's 0 for 3. 285. That's going to be a deep to right. 9 plus 5, so it's a 15 with the +1 for the wind. Deep right, 15. And that's not deep enough. Watkins under this one and catches this one for out number 2. Mickey Cochran. 405. And Cochran draws a 2-out walk here in the 8th inning. Giving Philadelphia fans a little bit of hope. Though they'll need quite a bit more than a little bit of hope here. Simmons. If there's anybody to do it, be him. And it's another rare play. So 503. Runner on first. 2 outs. This is going to be page 35. 35. And the die roll was a 194. A balk. Wow, okay. Haven't seen that one before. So, Cochran will move up to second on the balk. Now in scoring position for Simmons. 632 will become a 652 because of this walk was the first level of fatigue for Grimes. 652. I don't think it's high enough, though. It is not. It's a grounder back to Grimes, over to first for out number 3. So we head to the 9th here. Wahlberg is exiting the game. So he once again cannot seem to solve the Cardinals' offense. And to pitch the 9th here, will be there's plenty of room here. Eddie Rommel will pitch the 9th. All right. Adams will be the first up to bat here in the 9th. 106. A grounder back to Rommel, and he throws over first for out number 1. Watkins 0 for 4 with a strikeout. 138. A pop-up on the infield. Boley snags this one for out number 2. 2 quick outs here in the 9th. Brings up Frisch. 650. And this time it's grounded to first. Fox will flip to Rommel. 3 up, 3 down here in the 9th. We head to the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for the Athletics. Grimes out there again, though they will have people warming up in the bullpen, so it doesn't get out of hand, hopefully. As Grimes looks to finish this gem up. First, he'll face Fox. 133. And once again, Fox flies out to center. It's the 3rd time he's done that today. And he'll end this game likely 0 for 4. Bing Miller. 304, and he strikes out Miller. It's only the first strikeout for Grimes today, surprisingly. Jimmy Dykes, last chance for Philadelphia. 233, and Dykes is a righty. And that's back to Grimes. Grimes over to first for out number 3. The Cardinals hold on and force a Game 7 with this 6-1 victory. Once again, Grimes dominates the Philadelphia lineup. And meanwhile, Cardinals offense pretty much running on all cylinders today, especially Pepper Martin, who is 4 for 4 with 2 RBI here. Wow. So we will head to a Game 7. Rommel pitched 1 inning there. And who will be the Game 7 starters? Let's just take a look. Once again, Grimes had the complete game. Well, it's looking like Derringer Oh, they could go to Haynes, though. No, I think it's going to be Derringer. So Paul Derringer will be starting in Game 7 for St. Louis, though everybody's going to be on a short leash in that game. And I think it's going to be a rematch of the Game 3 starters. Starting for Philadelphia will be George Earnshaw. So that completes today's game. Philadelphia, 3-1 lead, have now lost 2 straight to St. Louis. Now, St. Louis, we just take a look here for a second. Look at these series. They edged the New York Giants 3-2, 3-2. They lost to the Cubs 3-2. Then they swept the Giants. Other than this sweep here, look at every other series has been 1 game, has gone the distance. They beat Chicago in the rematch 3-2 and 4-3. And now, here we are in the final game of the 1930s World Series. Winner takes all. The Cardinals have done everything they could to take this one the distance. And it should be an exciting game. If you want to follow this action, head over to baseballmaelstrom.com. You can do that. You can also subscribe to this channel. Once this project is complete, the best of the 30s, the next season ticket baseball project is going to be best of the 1990s. So we'll have another tournament bracket, much like this one, except it will be the 1990s, the top 5 American and National League teams of the 1990s. The other project I have going on is Payoff Pitch. I have a Payoff Pitch League. I call it the Hall of Fame League. We have 3 American and 3 National League Hall of Fame teams made up of Hall of Famers from each league. And then 1 team in each league made up of top players not in the Hall of Fame. So retired players that are not in the Hall of Fame. Again, 1 American and 1 National League team. So there's 4 American and 4 National League teams fighting it out in a 54-game season. Now in season 2 of that project. So if any of those sound interesting to you, be sure to subscribe and keep following things here. But thank you so much for watching, and until next time, have a great evening.